Hello there. My name is David Russell, and I was born on the 18th of April 1911 in St Quivix, just outside Prestwick. My father was also called David, and my mother was called Agnes. My father worked in the Auchincrew estate as a woodsman. There were 7 children in the family, and 6 of us were boys. My wee sister Jane was spoilt rotten by her 6 brothers. When I left school, I got a job working for Scottish Aviation Limited at Prestwick Airport. We were right at the forefront of the aviation industry, world leaders. In 1940, I felt that I should serve my country, so I joined the Argyll and Southern Highlanders. After training, I was posted abroad to join the 2nd Battalion in September 1941. They were already stationed in Malaya at the outbreak of the war in 1939. We were trained for jungle warfare, and we were nicknamed the Jungle Beasts. We liked that nickname. We were fighting the Japanese, all the way down the Malayan Peninsula and on to Singapore Island, with heavy losses on both sides. Eventually we were forced to surrender. I was taken prisoner on the 3rd of March 1942 and sent to Purdue Jail in Kuala Lumpur. Conditions in the jail were appalling. It was overcrowded, with no proper sanitation or medical supplies. Dysentery was rife. Everywhere was filthy, and swarms of flies covered everything, including the little food we were given. On the 14th of October, the jail was closed. 400 of the more fit, including myself, were sent to Thailand to be slave labourers on the Thailand-Burma Railway. We were taken by train to a place called Bampong and then forced to march 300 kilometres through the jungle, marching for 12 hours every night with nothing to eat but a little rice. By the time we got to the work camp, many men had died, and cholera, dysentery and malaria were widespread. Nevertheless, we were forced to work even while we were ill, and we were beaten and whipped continually. Thousands of prisoners died. At some point, some of us who were still alive were taken back to Singapore and put on board a ship, the Hofukumaru, bound for Korea. Our ship broke down for 3 weeks on the way to Manila, where we waited in the harbour for another 5 weeks. There were about 1,200 prisoners of war on the ship. We got 18 ounces of rice and 1 pint of water per day. By the time we left Manila, over 100 of us had died. On the 20th of September 1944, we left in another convoy escorted by Japanese destroyers. At around 10:30 in the morning of the 21st of September 1944, the convoy came under attack by US bombers. The Hofukumaru was struck by 3 torpedoes and sank in 3 minutes. The escorting destroyers rescued the Japanese crews but left the prisoners of war in the water. There we remained for about 8 hours until motorboats from Manila came to our aid. 280 prisoners survived, but I wasn't one of those. I was 33 years old. My name is inscribed in the Singapore Memorial, as well as the War Memorial at St Quivix, and my family's grave marker in St Quivix Cemetery.